You're listening to the Rossco Fantasy Football Show, live on the Peak One Sports Network.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rossco Fantasy Show, Week 7. Again, we are out here at No Frills, and ready to go. But anyways, welcome to the Rossco Fantasy Football Show. We're going to be live at No Frills Martin Grill here in Arlington again for Week 7. And it is going to be pretty sweet. So I hope you guys had a good fantasy week. If you won this week, cheers for you. Oh, okay, so good. Taste of victory, but also if you love. Drown your sorrows, I guess. But shout out, I won most of my games this week. So pretty excited. Yeah, man. You know, these bye weeks, you start getting a lot more of those wins and you start adding up. So definitely something to be paying attention to. You know what else you should pay attention to is No Frills Grill and Sports Bar in Arlington. You come out, they got an arcade. They've got awesome food. I've got some food on the way, of course, drinks with your friends, pool, all kinds of specials. So whether you're coming out for the game or just coming out to grab a couple drinks with your friends, make sure you check out No Frills Grill and Sports Bar in Arlington, Fort Worth, Mansfield, Keller, or Burleson today. So, yeah, you know, back out here for another week of the Rossco Fantasy Football Show. No Frills is awesome letting us come out and set up here. But you know who else is awesome? We can't forget about him. It's Stafford Dog Academy. Stafford Dog Academy is a top-notch dog training academy located in Burleson, Texas. Owner and head trainer Tori has about 10 years experience helping your canine companions become the best version of themselves. Visit them on Facebook today at the Dapper Dog Academy. Schedule your consultation. So we love Dapper Dog Academy. And I also love Dubby, which, you know, I always keep my Dubby with me. Keep that thing on me. Got my Dubby with me. And so let's go ahead and put some music here. The Dubby promotion is going to be pretty awesome this week because I'm personally promoting Dubby. What I mean by that is the Dubby has no maltodextrins. It is a very, very good drink. The coffee fruit extract is the star of the drink, and so you get all that energy without the jitters or the crash. So make sure you check out Dubby. And if you use code PEAK1, you're going to get 25% off your, 10% off your purchase. Use code PEAK1. Yeah, so Dubby. We like Dubby. Here we go. So we got this, got the Stars game going. And it's looking pretty good. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Oh, look at these pretzel bites. Oh, I think that's great. Thank you so much. All right, so we got the pretzel bites over here at No Frills. It's pretty good. All right, so this week's gonna be a little bit shorter of a show. We're gonna kind of switch up a little bit. You know, this week, it's kind of just one of those weeks. You know, I've been telling you guys everything you need to know to get ready for the bye weeks, everything you need to know, you know, for free agency and kind of who to look out for. And some of the guys I've been telling you about have been heads. Some of the guys, of course, as fantasy football goes, some of the guys I've been telling you about are not heads. So make sure that you pay attention when you watch the show. Also, just throwing it out there, if you are watching, make sure you let me know where you're watching from. We love hearing where you're watching from. And if you got a comment, go ahead and comment that. I'll try to get you up on the show. Later on, I'll give you a chance to come on the show for Fantasy Talk with Rossco. But I suppose we should go ahead and talk about who sucked the most. Brought to you by Evans Vacuum. You know it as the store with all the vacuums in the window, but since 1937, folks all over Dallas-Fort Worth know Evans Vacuum as the leader in quality vacuum sales and service. Visit their Camp Bowie location, their North Richland Hills location, or the Arlington location, and receive a free estimate to fix that less sucky sucker that you have. Or if you decide you're going to buy something, maybe it's a box of bags, maybe some filters, maybe a new vacuum. You mentioned the Rossco Fantasy Football Show. You're going to get 25% off your purchase. So make sure you check out Evans Vacuum today. So for who sucked the most this week, like I said, I wanted to make it just a little bit of a shorter episode, more update episode. I probably should have named it that, but didn't have the time. So first we're going to start with who sucked the most, James Conner. A lot of people were expecting him to do well this week. A lot of people were hoping he was going to do pretty good. He didn't have super great week the week before. But this week he had the 7 carries, which isn't exciting. He only had 24 yards on those 7 carries. Had 4 catches, though, on 5 targets for 22 yards. So overall, not like a super, super impressive fantasy day. But he lost the fumble. Lost the fumble, folks. You don't want that from your fantasy running backs. But Arizona was down early, kind of became a victim of that game plan. So, as is expected, when your team's down, you're probably not going to run the ball as much. And so that's kind of what happened there. But we could see a bounce back against the Chargers. It would be very surprising if he doesn't kind of have a similar game in the receiving category. 4, 5, 6 catches. 6 catches would be the real high end of that. But, I mean, he could get 3, 4, or 5 catches, with 20, 30, 40 yards. And then that touchdown would be what makes the difference. Obviously, if he got a touchdown this week, he would not have been on who sucked the most. But because he did lose the fumble and did not get the touchdown this week, James Conner, you suck. All right. Whoa. Trade alert. I was almost surprised when I saw this. Keep in mind, I put the show together on Tuesdays. I'm checking all the news, trying to make sure that I'm keeping you guys up to date with what's going on. When I went to go look at Amari Cooper for who sucked the most, I'm like, wait a second. It says he's with Buffalo. That's not right. So, of course, I'm like, well, let me go look at this last game. And I'm looking, and I'm like, yeah, he played Cleveland last game. And, And then I go back and I look again, and it says, yeah. And so then I said, you know what? Let me just look. And then there it is. There's the news as about like 1:15 p.m. today. Amari Cooper got traded to the Buffalo Bills. I wanted to have a slide with the compensation and all this there for you guys, but I'll be honest, kind of was in a rush today, so didn't really work out the way that I was hoping it would. That being said, Amari Cooper is still on the list this week for who sucked the most. Why? Well, he only had 4 catches on 5 targets for 42 yards. I told you guys last week a lot of that is the quarterback play that we've been seeing from Deshaun Watson. And, boy, if you want to talk about an upgrade at quarterback, right? You're talking about an upgrade at quarterback. I don't think you could talk a bigger upgrade than going from Deshaun Watson to Josh Allen. So I'm expecting Amari Cooper. I wouldn't say go off. I want to say go off because that's like a hot sports take. But I think Amari Cooper is going to get significantly better. I think we're going to see a big difference in Amari Cooper stats. And throwing this out here, if you have Amari Cooper, right, your pick just went up like big time. That value, because you went from having the number one wide receiver, right, in Cleveland to now having potentially the number one wide receiver in Buffalo, just because they traded away Stephon Diggs. So Josh Allen, I mean, you've seen the play from the Bills this year. They've been hurting. So it's not good for the Browns, but it will be good for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper going to the Bills. I'm looking up the trade right now. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you guys. Let's go here. We'll just click on this here. We're going to reject. I always reject optional. Okay. I'm going to go and share this with you guys since we're talking about it. We'll go ahead and talk about the trade here. So Buffalo is going to receive Amari Cooper and a 6th round pick for next year's draft. Cleveland gets a 3rd round pick and a 7th round pick. I really think the Bills are winning here. I think the Bills are winning big time. I mean, Amari Cooper, what did the Cowboys give for Amari Cooper? If you're watching and you're in the comments and go ahead and let me know what Amari Cooper was traded to the Cowboys from. Let me know what he was traded from, and then we'll talk about this. But yeah, big deal here. Going to Buffalo, I'm super excited. If you have Amari Cooper, your draft stock just went up. If you don't have Amari Cooper, you need to try to get Amari Cooper. I'm going to start shopping to grab him. I really, really think that as the season goes on, he just keeps getting better and better and better. So, yeah, there you go. Now, like I said, Amari Cooper has a big upgrade at quarterback. He's playing Tennessee in his first week. So, I'm definitely going to consider playing Amari Cooper this week just because to see what maybe he can do just as Amari Cooper. This week is going to be pure talent, pure skill, pure just what right? Like he's gonna learn the playbook, but Josh Allen's going to be in the huddle, and he's going to be like, okay, we're going to doobity-jobbity-doobity-jobbity, and then he's going to look at Amari and he's going to be like, hook left or something like that, and it's just going to be natural. I'm really excited about Amari Cooper going to the Bills. Always. Now, like I said, if you're watching, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. Let me know what you think about the show. Let me know if you like my beard. Anything you want. You want me to take a drink of beer for you? I will. All right. Now we're back. Now, when you hear this, you know what time it is. It's time for it to cut or not to cut. Okay? And this week, it's cut. I should probably just call it cut. Cut it. It's time to cut. Cut your yard, But anyway, shout out to Double F Landscaping. If you are looking to make a change to your backyard lineup or maybe a cut to that, front yard, or maybe some of those fast approaching fall cleanups, well, make sure you check out Double F Landscaping on Facebook at Double F Landscape. Double F Landscaping. Make your yard look so good, the Joneses will be trying to keep up with you. Pretty good. So this week's cut it is, oh man, it hurts, dude. It hurts. It hurts. Hey, if you're watching, make sure you let me know you're watching. Shout out in the comments. I'll put you up on the show. Try to get you on. But this week it hurts, man. It hurts to have cut it for Isaiah Likely. It was a great dream. We saw week one. Mark Andrews blanked. Isaiah Likely went off. It was the things that dreams are made of, but it just didn't work out. And sometimes you got to make those decisions. Well, this one's at least a little bit easier to make because of who we're talking about. Okay, so Isaiah Likely, guys, he's owned in 59% of leagues. That's enough. It's enough. Cut it. Cut ties with Isaiah Likely. Look, all right. He's owned in 59% of leagues, but he's only a stash option from now on. Mark Andrews is healthy again. Mark Andrews actually had a little bit of a decent game. I mean, it was slightly decent. He got a touchdown. I guess you could say it's good enough. I mean, he didn't make, who's like the most. But Isaiah Likely's only got 9 receptions since the week 1 game where he blew it out. Just everybody loved it. Quick update, Stars game, San Jose and Dallas tied 2-2. And, of course, they switched to commercials as soon as I'm about to update the time and all of that period. So we'll get back to that later. But only 9 receptions since the week 1 game. Just not super excited about it. But I do think that there are better options in free agency. Cole Kmet is definitely somebody you should look at. By the way, third period, 9:52. San Jose's only got about 15 seconds left on their power play. Definitely Dallas dominating the zone at 31 shots on goal to 22. So the power play ends. Dallas is back to full strength. And, man, I'm excited about the Stars this year. Make sure you guys are checking out the sports page with Dan. I know he's going to be updating you on the Stars a lot this year. And, shut the fuck up. We got a Shut the Fuck Up show. So make sure you guys are checking that out. I might try to hit those guys up, Kenny, especially for Shut the Fuck Up. And make sure if you're watching, you let me know in the comments. Shout out in the chat. I'll get your comment up here on the screen. So I think it's okay to go ahead and start making that space for the bye week, Phil. All right. Whoever it is. If you got somebody on bye week, we got a few weeks coming up. We're going to be talking about that during Fantasy Talk with Rossco, rest of After Graphics. Isaiah Likely's the guy to cut. He's not going to be relevant unless Andrews goes down again. That's just a fact, okay? And Baltimore's tight ends have been kind of a no-call, no-show this year. No-call, no-show all season anyway. So don't worry about it. Go ahead and just get rid of Isaiah Likely. All right. I love that. I mean, can we just talk about the pure genius? I'm using instincts by to talk about who you should buy in your fantasy leagues. I think we should. All right, guys. I know it probably gets annoying. So we'll go ahead and switch it up. As always, a buy is brought to you by Buy with Bry DFW. Buy with Bry DFW is the best way to buy DFW. If you're looking to buy in DFW, contact Buy with Bry DFW. With 6 years experience in the Dallas-Fort Worth market, a passion for finding the right home, and in-depth knowledge of the market, Buy with Bry DFW is the best way to buy with DFW. Contact Buy with Bry DFW at Buy with Bry DFW on Facebook today. Oh, I nailed it. Did you see? I didn't even have a script, bro. I nailed it. I'm gonna put that on the viral clips because that's just such a good thing. I'm doing okay. I think we'll take a shot. And these pencil bites, I haven't tried them yet, but I'm just gonna let all you guys know they are delicious. They are the best pretzel bites ever. Huge pretzel bites, the best pretzel bites I've ever had. Best service I've ever had, by the way. Make sure you come out to No Frills and check them out. So, Buy with Fry, DFW, the best way to buy DFW. Boom! Here it is. We were just talking about tight ends, We were just talking about tight ends. Who are you going to get for your tight ends? Well, I got an idea for you. It's going to be Zach Ertz. Hey! You remember the days. You remember Zach Ertz? He remembers Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is only owned in 25% of leagues right now, guys. This is the guy. Hey, have you seen Jaden Daniels? Sorry. Hey, Dan, if you're watching, I know you're excited about Jaden Daniels. I've seen a lot of guys excited about Jaden Daniels, and he's a guy that I really thought, hey, we thought we screwed over Dan in the draft. Taking all those quarterbacks before him. He gets Jalen Daniels, and then all of a sudden, boom. Zach Ertz is relevant again. All right, week 6, in case you didn't watch him. Week 6, he had 4 receptions on 5 targets for 68 yards. That's not bad, right? You're just doing the math, right? PPR for receptions, 6.5, off of receiving yards. So that's 10 points, man. If he had a touchdown, we'd be talking totally different this week. Zach Ertz, definitely a guy you need to look at. He's only had one game less than 5 points. And when we're talking about fantasy tight ends this year, there's been a lot of fantasy tight ends who've had less than 5 points per week. So I'm talking about Zach Ertz as a super, super safe bet. I mean, am I expecting him to give you Travis Kelce 3 years ago numbers? No. Am I expecting him to give you Sam Laporta numbers from last year? No. But is he at least a viable option at tight end? Thank you so much. Is he at least a viable option at tight end? Absolutely. So now, like I said, he's only got one game less than 5 points, but he only has one game more than 11 points. So like I'm saying, he's not going to be a superstar, but he's going to get you through bye week. Now, keep in mind, he was with Cliff Kingsbury when they were together in Arizona. Okay. And I put Remember When, and I thought if I could have sampled that song, Remember When, you know what I'm talking about. Alan Jackson, great guy. Love him. Shout out Alan Jackson. Anyway, Remember When. Yeah, you remember when Zach Ertz was like super awesome, you know, in Arizona, and you were the smartest guy in your league because you had Zach Ertz. And then he gets traded to Philadelphia, and he does okay. Wins the Super Bowl, but he does okay. But hey, Zach Ertz, make sure you're keeping him on your fantasy radar, you know, from now on. All right. So we're getting close to it. I told you guys. Oh, man. So I've just had a real close shot on goal. And, I mean, this place was getting kind of loud. Looked like came off the fence. Oh, yeah, dude. Stolen, pitched up to Dodonov. One-on-one. Throws it up, and Blackwood's able to get the stop. Man, what a beautiful breakaway and shot, but just right into the glove. So, all right, guys. If you're watching right now, make sure that you comment. Give me that like. Give me that subscribe for the Peak One Sports Network. But make sure you comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I love finding out where you guys are watching from. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of the good old fantasy talk with Rossco. Super excited about it. Brought to you by Apogee Graphics. You know, if you got a business, or you're just trying to do your own thing, Apogee Graphics is the way to go. They're local. They care, you know, and they are going to help you out. They help me out. Look at this. I got my Rossco Fantasy Football Show hats. From Apogee, super big fan of Apogee. Of course, you know, they also sponsor Friday night football games. Make sure you're watching Friday night football this week. There's actually Friday night football. So Apogee Graphics can make all of your design dreams come true. You know, whether it's 3D graphics, you know, koozies, hats, t-shirts. You know, they're doing the walls of the locker rooms of some of these high school football stadiums. I mean, these guys are awesome. Definitely want to check out Apogee. So if you're watching, leave a comment. Let's talk about it. You know, you can come on the show. I'll go ahead and I'll put the link. All right, I'll put the link in the chat here for you guys in case anybody wants to hop on the show. You know, let me know in the comments. Also, I'm just throwing this out here. You can come out to No Frills. You can hang out with me. I got a whole table to myself. I get food. I get, you know, all kinds of stuff. You know, mostly just the love from you guys, which I'm a fan of too. All right, let's talk about bye weeks. All right, so it's week 7. Oh no, the Cowboys are on bye week this week. I guess we won't have to be disappointed. Hey, speaking of not being disappointed, let's see if we can get Dave over here. I know you guys have been looking for Dave since a couple weeks ago. Say what's up, Dave. Okay, say hi to everybody. Yo, Dave. We love Dave.
Go Stars.
Yeah, go Stars. I've been trying to do some updates. Oh, it looks like. Thank you so much, Dave. Hey, Dave, we got a hat for you. You don't wear hats? Well, guess what? Thank you. And we love you. Everybody say hi to Dave. We know you love Dave. Dave's the man. Dave helped us get started over here. So, Fantasy Talk with Rossco. We're talking about bye weeks. This week's, we're kind of lucky, right? I mean, if we're talking fantasy football, we're talking bye weeks. We talk about how much it sucks to have somebody off, and that's just not what you're going for. Well, I mean, you're not missing a whole lot this week, right, from the Cowboys. You're not missing a whole lot from the Cowboys. I mean, I guess if you have Dak, maybe miss him. Oh, yeah, there's this guy named CD Lamb. Have you heard of him? If you have CD Lamb, yeah, it sucks he's on bye this week. But like I said, you're not missing too much. Keep in mind the Bears, DeAndre Swift is going to kind of suck missing. Just because I'm excited about what he's been doing. But, he's not like your main guy. I mean, I guess you could have a Chicago quarterback. Probably not playing any of these defenses. Jalen Tolbert for the Cowboys, Rico Dowdle, not your starters. You might have Jake Ferguson as your starter. So, it might be a good idea to go grab Zach Ertz this week. You never know, he might get that touchdown this week, and maybe, Ross is just a genius and he's showing it. Bears, not a whole lot. I had Cole Kmet in a few leagues. I picked him up these last couple weeks. Not a whole lot. He did pretty good though. Did pretty good for me, but just not a whole lot. But hey, I told you it wasn't going to be a lot. I told you it wasn't going to be a lot this week. And, I think I was right. It just wasn't as much going on. Now, one thing we didn't talk about, which I know we're going to talk about on the sports page tomorrow, is going to be that Aiden Hutchinson injury. If you saw that, it was horrible. I hope you don't have to see it. Hopefully you didn't have Hutchinson as your IDP. Hoping you didn't use him as I didn't use a high pick on him. I mean, obviously as your IDP, it's not going to be a high pick, but hopefully you didn't invest a whole lot of potential in him. Hey, shout out if you're watching. I'm looking to do a shot for somebody. So if you're watching, make sure you comment in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. We'll get you up on the screen and I'll do a shot to all you guys who are joining us. I see some of you guys are joining us now. We were just doing the fantasy talk with Rossco. We've got some bye weeks. Hey, what's up, man? You coming to be on the show?
Well, no, I just heard shot, so let me go get a shot, and I'll be.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're doing a shot. If you want, I'll do the shot to you, man. We're live. We're
just give me a second, man.
okay. You're gonna go get a shot and come back. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. So we're finally starting to get some of our fans up here. I don't really want to say fans, but we're starting to get some of those folks up here who are a little more interested in the Rossco Fantasy Show. Obviously, these are the rankings. Just kind of quick looks over some of these guys. You can see CD still on there, obviously. So that was last week's guys. But we got a shot here. We're waiting on some of our people. Hey, if you guys are watching on the comments, let me know. Get in the comments. We're about to do a shot. We'll shout you out on the show. Right now, we're just talking about bye weeks this week. Cowboys on bye week. And then we started talking about the Cowboys game just a little bit. Boy, was that miserable, man, to watch. Hoping that you're not hoping that you don't have like all Cowboys on your fantasy team. So yeah, we're just hanging out, listening to some music. This music's pretty good. This is going to be Mac Blocky. He does that cover of If Disturbed Wrote It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. If you haven't checked out Mac Blocky yet, make sure you check him out. Facebook, he's all over. He's on Instagram, YouTube. He's also on Spotify, Apple Music. You get his stuff. It's pretty good. Oh, you know what? And I think it's about time. We'll go ahead and we'll just change a little music to this one. Because we're kind of getting into the end now. We got to save that for the end. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. I think for now what we'll do is let's chill on this. We'll chill on cut it until they cut that shot. Because basically that's what we're waiting for, right? I mean, the Rossco Fantasy Show, I told you it was going to be shorter this week. And it has been, you know? Not a whole lot going on. Stars game going on. 41 seconds left in the third period. We might be looking at overtime here, guys. San Jose and Dallas still tied 2-2. Come on over here, man. Get in here. All right, so remind us, what's your name?
I'm Phil.
So this is Phil, everybody. So you know and love Dave. You always say hi to Dave. Show some support for Phil. Make sure you get in the comments and let him know. So Phil and I, we talked last week. A couple weeks ago. Last week. I'm glad to have you. I like your hat, but can I ask you to trade?
Mine is in the truck, actually.
Oh, you got your hat already?
Yeah,
Well, man, you got me, bro.
I didn't wear it. I got the sticker.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Put the sticker on his car. Super excited. But just so you guys know, I already gave Phil a hat. Okay, don't hate me. Gave Phil a hat already. He's got it. He didn't wear it tonight because, you know, we all love TCU. I mean, we're local. We love TCU. Frogs. Go Frogs. All right, so, hey, let's go ahead and do this shot. This one goes out to you guys and your fantasy teams and Phil.
All right. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, guys. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all. Thank you, sir. And that's what it's all about. Make sure you come out to No Frills. About cool people. You know, hey, I don't know if you want to get in on this, but we were actually just talking about the bye weeks a little bit. We talked a little bit about the Cowboys games. So I've only got one mic right now. I'm working on that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're fine. Okay.
But I can kind of translate if you can't really pick you up. So the first thing we were talking about in the Cowboys game was that Aiden Hutchinson injury. Did you happen to see that?
I didn't see it, thank God, because you never want to wish that on a player.
Yeah, never want to wish that on a player. Didn't see it, but man, you don't want to see that.
I mean, I hate it when a team is kicking my ass and everything, but you don't see that.
Absolutely. Phil makes a great point. No matter how bad the Cowboys are getting their ass kicked, you never want to see that happen. There's no situation that's a good situation.
No.
So, God bless him, man. Aiden Hutchinson, I hope you get healed up quick and, you know.
6 to 8 months.
Yeah, 6 to 8 months, come back, and then maybe we'll trade for him. Maybe you can come be a Cowboy. Who knows, right?
Both will be stronger, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, strong.
We take that. So now this week, Cowboys are on bye and the Bears are on bye. Now, we talked a little bit. You got a fantasy team, right?
I got a few.
You got a few fantasy teams?
Yeah. I went 1-3 this week, so I'm not the best barometer.
Hey,
anymore,
you know,
so.
This week was a rough week. This last week, you know, you had Kansas City and Miami and the Rams and Minnesota. So Justin Jefferson's missing, Mahomes, Kelsey, obviously Kareem Hunt. After, you know, his big week, you were excited about him, and he goes on bye. So not really missing a whole lot from the Dolphins, though, right? Tua's been out for a while. Tyreek Hill not really producing.
He can't produce. I was like, I took Tyreek, and he was my number 4 pick in the draft. And
Yeah.
I was for the good things. I didn't expect Tua to go down with the damn concussion, but hopefully he can come back. But overall, preserve his health. But I would like for Tyreek to perform at some point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we talk about that a lot on the show. Phil picked Tyreek with his the first pick. He was 4th overall pick. First pick, got Tyreek Hill. And it's been the same thing for all of you guys. We featured Tyreek Hill on Who Sucked the Most this week a couple times. Yeah. And then finally I gave up on it. I'm like, you know, it's just not fair to Tyreek Hill to keep putting him up here because he doesn't suck. We all know he's a great athlete. But right now, quarterback play in Miami is hard to find.
You can't throw it to him.
Can't throw it to him. Now, I was just talking about we're not missing a whole lot this week. Cut it.